Hi, and thanks for joining us. We thought that we would make a short explainer video because a lot of you have asked about hypochlorous acid and about our equipment and how it works. So hopefully, by the time we finish, you'll understand. This is a basic, good, simple starter unit. It's called the Echo 1. Retail price is about $250 in the United States, and it makes 1 liter of hypochlorous acid at a time. It's made in Korea. It's quite a solid unit. Will run for about 400 hours and has a good cell, and it's easy to use. So we'll start by demonstrating this. I recommend that if you're starting with hypochlorous acid, this is a good starter unit to begin with. And it will work worldwide. The power supply comes with a US plug, but if you have an adapter, you can plug it in any place that you are in the world. It'll take 230 volts or 110 volts, 50 hertz or 60 hertz. So we'll plug it in. It's a power supply similar to what you might find on your computer. The cell actually operates at 12 volts, so this is a 12 volt output. You plug in the unit, you can see the blue light comes on. It's starting to work. So let's add some water, and while it's working, we'll talk a little bit more about the machine. As I said, it does a liter at a time. So here's a liter of water. As long as it's potable water, doesn't need to be distilled, doesn't need to be perfect water. Remember, it's going to become hypochlorous acid, so if there's any microbes in it, they'll be killed. This spoon, which is perfect for measuring the salt that you'll need, comes in the box. And, user manual, very clearly explained. So following the user manual, we're going to put in 2 spoonfuls of salt. This should be non-iodized salt in this unit. The iodine may foul the electrolysis cell, so they ask for non-iodized salt. If you can get that kosher salt, and it can be ground or not ground, we grind this up so that it dissolves a little faster. So we've added the salt. We could run it with just salt, but the challenge is that the pH may be a little higher than we want. Remember that with hypochlorous acid, we want a pH ideally of around 6, between 5 and 7. And so to make sure that our pH is going to stay low, we're going to go ahead and add 1 teaspoon of white vinegar. Typical white vinegar that you can get almost anywhere. Or acetic acid if you can't get white vinegar. We'll add that. That's the recipe. 2 spoons salt, 1 spoon vinegar. We'll push the button 3 times, meaning we want it to run for 8 minutes. In 8 minutes, we'll have 100 parts per million strength hypochlorous acid. How do we know that? Use the included test strips. This test strip tests the pH. So we'll want to test that and make sure that we have a low enough pH so that it's actually hypochlorous acid and not bleach. And it comes with an included chlorine test strip, so we can test to see the strength of the chlorine that we have. While this is brewing, let's talk a little bit about hypochlorous acid. Hypochlorous acid is actually made by our white blood cells. So it's the natural way that our body kills pathogens like viruses and microbes. Our white blood cells encapsulate whatever that invading pathogen is, send out hypochlorous acid, which invades the cell and destroys it. So when we're using hypochlorous acid, we're just using a natural product. It's safe to put on your skin. There's no personal protective equipment required. It doesn't taste very good, but it's not a poison. You can put it in your eyes. It's used for all sorts of applications. Today, hypochlorous acid is sprayed on food, on meats. It's a common way of disinfecting things. You can leave it on because it's a natural product. It's used by our airlines and sprayed in airlines to disinfect airplanes between flights. It's used by dentists, by veterinarians, in the food industry, in the cleaning industry. It has many, many applications, many of which are just being discovered. The difference between hypochlorous acid and other chlorine products is the pH. So hypochlorous acid is made by, as you saw, water and salt. Salt is NaCl, right? So that's a sodium chloride. When the sodium and the chloride separate, the chlorine becomes a chlorine mixture. But wait, isn't bleach also a chlorine in the chlorine family? It is, but bleach is much higher on the pH scale. That's what makes it caustic and a little bit dangerous and very ineffective as compared to hypochlorous acid. Remember that in tests on E. coli bacteria, hypochlorous acid was 80 times, not 80%, 80 times more effective at killing that pathogen than chlorine bleach. So hypochlorous acid is a wonderful way to disinfect, to clean, great for healing wounds. We'll show you in a subsequent video how to fog with it. And in just a few minutes here, we'll have our batch made. Okay, it looks like we're finished. These lights have come off and it flashed lights for just a second. So let's test and see what we have. According to our plan, we should have somewhere around 5 or 6 pH. So we'll take one of these test strips. It's this color right now. We'll dip and then check quickly. And it looks to me like it's pretty close to 5. I don't know if you can see that on the camera. That's great. That means almost 100% of the chlorine in this mixture is free available chlorine, and very effective. Now let's check and see how many parts per million of free available chlorine we have. So we're going to use the chlorine test strip. Pull that out. Wow, you can see that that's at least 100. According to specification, it's supposed to be 100. It might be higher than that. It's kind of hard to tell between 100 and 200. But check your matches when you make them until you're sure about what you're making, and be sure that you always check your pH so that you're not making bleach. And there you have it. There's a liter of hypochlorous acid. We made it in 8 minutes. Very simple. You can use it for all sorts of things. This is a spray bottle that's included with our larger hypo unit, and we'll demonstrate in a separate video how to use a fogger.